This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/gadgettv.
Hi, this is Andrew Moore-Crispin for Gadget TV on Butterscotch.com, and today we're taking a look at the Motorola CHARM. Now, you can get this device for about $270. Obviously, carriers will offer it for less. We've seen it for as little as $30 if you're willing to sign a long-term contract. So what we have here is a BlackBerry form factor, kind of like an older model BlackBerry form factor smartphone running Android 2.1 firmware update 1. So if you're a fan of the BlackBerry style keyboard, this is a very responsive and easy to use keyboard, but you're interested in an Android device, this might be one you're going to want to look at. Now, the biggest strike against this device is I'm not sure if it's coming across properly on the video here, but it is actually quite a low resolution screen. It is a capacitive touchscreen, and the capacitive touch does work quite well. We get 5 home screens, as you can see here. But like I say, it is low res, and that's basically the device's Achilles heel, especially when you're doing something like watching video. Now, actual hardware specs are kind of hard to come by for this phone. So we don't actually know what kind of processor it's running or how much RAM it has. What we do know, though, is that it does feel a little slow if you're trying to do something that's quite taxing. If you're just kind of navigating through, making phone calls and stuff like that, you'll be just fine. But if you're downloading applications from the Android market, while you have access to all the applications in the Android market, some of them are not going to work too well on this phone. Like I say, it does feel a little bit underpowered. Now, in the box, we get a headset with an inline microphone. Not the best quality earbuds, but they're doing a pinch, and like I say, it's included in the box, so that's a nice touch there. We also have many different options as to how we're going to navigate the device. So we can use the keyboard, obviously. We can set up keyboard shortcuts to launch different applications. As you saw before, we can actually slide through using the capacitive touchscreen here. But on the back of the device, which we'll show you in a second, is what's called Motorola Backtrack. So Backtrack actually lets us, without touching the screen and without touching the keyboard, navigate through some of the menus. We can also, if we double tap, we can also pull up a crosshairs that'll let us do selections of things on the screen. So we could, for example, go in and open up the phone application like that. Nice touch. It does actually feel quite natural once you get used to it. And it's nice to be able to just hold the device in our hand. With a small capacitive touchscreen like this, you really don't want to be, your finger does get in the way. So the Backtrack technology does actually help quite a lot there. Now, it's running Moto Blur, which is Motorola's own interface running atop Android. Whether that's a good or a bad thing really depends on your tastes. But what it does is it allows us to actually get access to all of our social feeds here. We get access to all of our calendars, any RSS feeds we're following, our email messages, all that kind of stuff. You can see here we have calendars, weather, all that kind of stuff. So that's all present on our home screen. Some of these widgets you can get rid of, some of them you can't. Now let's take a quick look at the actual hardware that's running on this phone. So we talked about the capacitive touchscreen that does feel a little bit low res. Up top here we have a power button and a microphone jack that will allow us to plug in the included headset. We have on the back here, that's the Backtrack that we mentioned before. So it does look and feel very much like a mouse pad that you'd have on a laptop computer. Here we have a 3-megapixel camera. On the side we have a volume up and down rocker and a micro B USB port. So we're quite happy to see that Motorola is going with micro B USB as opposed to trying to create its own proprietary connection. It really is good when manufacturers kind of adopt that open concept and allow you to use whichever cable you might have on hand to actually charge up your phone. So that's a quick look at the Motorola CHARM. For Gadget TV, I'm Andrew Moore-Crispin. For more sweet stuff, visit Butterscotch.com.
This episode is brought to you by our friends at Hover, the easiest way to buy domain names and do more with them. Get 10% off today by visiting hover.com/gadgettv.